Hello, my name is George Harper, and I'm the Director of Communications for the United Soybean Board. And I want to thank our audience for joining us today to learn more about the work that the United Soybean Board is doing in collaboration with the North Carolina Soybean Association to help farmers learn more about technology and the ways that ag tech, data, and digital precision ag can be applied to advance productivity, efficiency, and sustainability on their farms, and to at least provide some additional perspective and understanding around where the Soy Checkoff believes there's an opportunity for soybean farmers. I'm being joined by Professor John Fulton at the Ohio State University today to also share with the audience his experience in working with this initiative. John?
Yeah, good day, and I also want to welcome everyone. And my background quickly is professor in food, ag, and biological engineering at the Ohio State University, focused primarily on digital ag today and machinery automation. But I think at the core of this, when we think about the tech toolshed, is how do farmers, in particular soybeans, take advantage of not only precision ag today, but a lot of the data that's being generated through the technology and the machines, and turning that into valuable information so they can make decisions and maintain profitability.
Yeah, those are some really good points, John. When this project was being developed and being by the farmer leaders of the Soy Checkoff, an interesting article that I read that talked about how today's smartphones have more computing power than the guidance systems used for the manned space flights to the moon almost a half century ago. And so as you start to realize the capability and potential in terms of how you can use technology and literally what's at your fingertips. And when you translate that to the farm and you start to look at all the different pieces of equipment from both a machinery platform, but then even from a digital and technology frame of mind, farmers really have at their disposal massive amount of data, and ultimately that data has a lot of potential when aggregated to allow for productivity and efficiencies that really are the core of the competitive advantage that makes up U.S. soy's sustainability story, but at the same time continuous improvement in a way that will show farmers how they can be much more productive for the future, to make their operations more viable and profitable for the long term.
You know, I would add, George, you mentioned what we have in terms of computing power at our fingertips today with smartphones. And we know through various surveys that we've been able to do with USB and others in the industry that, 85+% of the US farmers today are carrying a smartphone or an iPad or a tablet and conducting business, farm business with that today. So that's a good segue into, hey, think about what you're carrying, but finding out today too, how do I collect data? And then the bigger question that a lot of our farmers are asking is, well, how do I use that data? How do I manage that data? And where lies that real value proposition if I start to not only use the data, but some of these digital tools that are out there? And to me, that's one of the primary focus points of the tech toolshed.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things that this effort really reinforces to me from what soybean farmers can take advantage of, but the site really has something for every farmer, depending on where you are on the technology spectrum. If it's learning more about best practices and methods and techniques in terms of data storage, applying data on your farm in a consistent way to improve or make continuous improvement. Those resources are there. But then at the same time, if you want to learn more about new technology or emerging platforms, there's work that the Checkoff has done to better understand what those platforms are and how they can be applied to a soybean farmer's operation.
But George, to your point, if you have never been to the website, it's unitedsoybean.org/Tech Toolshed, or if you got an online search, just type in Tech Toolshed, it'll take you directly there. But some of the resources that are there that George mentioned is, number one, in this document library. There's a suite of kind of like fact sheets and 2-pagers that you can go through. And again, these were really built around the idea of data literacy at the farm. And so I encourage you to spend some time to explore the information in some of these. But you can go to that. And then one of the more interesting things that the Tech Toolshed provides is a tech catalog. And this really is a catalog of commercial digital tools that are commercially available to soybean growers or growers and trusted advisors. And you can go down and there's a search function there and look up. And a neat thing about this, these have been organized into several buckets: advisor resources, crop modeling, crop monitoring, production analysis, production benchmarking, and data management. And so you can just click on a tool. Here's one by ClearAg. And when you click on that, there's a short description, the capabilities and additional information. And over to the side, it tells you what category that has been placed in. And then it also has a link to the website if you want to learn more. But this is kind of a one-of-a-kind database that has been put together within the Tech Toolshed. And so whether you're using one of these tools today, or you're just kind of wanting to learn about tools prior to purchasing or adopting them, this is a great resource to begin to use to do a little bit of research and gain some familiarity with these tools. And then and it's for us, I know some of the growers that we've been able to work with, it really gives them an ability to do their homework, to build those questions they want to ask those companies prior to thinking about maybe paying for a subscription or service from some of these tools.
Yeah, John, I would also add that within the site, it captures the farmer voice, and it does that through a couple of different channels, be it written articles, podcasts, or even first-person point of views and video resources on a number of different topics, ranging from drone and digital applications to how farmers implement some of these technologies on their farm, which is just a nice way for a soybean farmer. Their best outlet sometimes is to talk to their peers or to talk to other industry experts that are farmers. And this site does an excellent job in terms of trying to pull those voices together and provide those perspectives to soybean farmers.
That's a great point. And I know we, George at the university, have used some of those videos as testimonies and hearing directly from growers how they're using some of these technologies and finding some value. A couple more things I might point out for everyone is, number one is the Tech Toolshed website is continuously being updated. So it's always refreshed and has the most recent information. And for those of you that, regardless of who you are, just kind of want to keep up with information, whether that's updates or news that comes out, you can hit the sign up key and fill that in, and you'll receive updates via email and to keep up what's going on the website.